Okay, hi. Yeah, and thank you so much for having me. I am Sue, and I am the singer of the Hungarian punk metal band the HELLFREAKS.
Okay. So how was the band formed?
Okay, well, we have a long history back because we started in 2009, and it was more or less just a hobby band, and we just formed it without having any plans or any strategy, or just for fun. And we
Okay.
started as a psychobilly band, which was something very different from what we are doing right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, a lot of things happens. We are here based in Hungary, in Budapest, and as a psychobilly band, we had a luck to record a pretty cool video clip at the beginning, which was supported by a kind of national like music supporting program. And because of that, after that, we had like a lot of opportunities to play abroad. So this is how we start. And then in 2014, we split up with the original lineup. Um, and just a year later, we came back because we got an invitation to a US festival, to the Ink and Iron. And when we started again, we decided that we just don't want to make the same mistakes, and we don't want to face the same problems. So we decided that now we're going to play music which is not fixed or bounded by one genre. We just wanted to make like any type of rock music that we want.
Yeah.
And yeah, and somehow this turned to the thing that we are doing now, which is a mix of punk and metal and hardcore.
Yeah. I really like your band because I have listened a little bit on you on Spotify, and yeah, I really like it.
Thank you.
So how did you come up with the band name?
Uh, I worked back then, like a million years ago, in a bar. I remember it was my first job, and all I know that I was there, like had quite nothing to do in the daylight. So I just had time to figure out some ideas. And the only thing that we were sure that we wanted to have a band name which is just one word.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, I mean, I think it fits pretty well because we are kind of musically freaks because we don't fit to any genre. I know that all the bands are saying that, but it's really like that our music is so hard to put on any like box. So I think freaks fits really well, and hell just came because maybe our life sometimes feel like hell.
So how many albums have you released today?
So far, we have released 4 albums, and
Okay.
we are working right now on the 5th.
Oh, and when will that come?
Hope so this year, but I
Okay.
can't. I cannot share more.
Okay. So how important is your music for you?
It is. It is a bit. It is a very important part of me. It is. I don't know. It's sometimes the reason why I wake up, and sometimes the reason why I find sense in life, and sometimes it's a weight on my shoulder.
Okay.
I mean,
So
being having a band, doing music, and being part of the music industry are like very different things. Because being of the music industry is really, really hard, very hard.
yeah.
But doing music itself and writing songs, that's amazing. But I mean, you can blame us, but we like to show our music to people. And to get heard these days, you have to do a lot, like
Yeah.
a lot, which is not about music, which is about promotion. And so, yeah, but for me, it's like, as I said, once we split up with the band back in 2014, and then I thought that this is the end. I will not have any other band. I will just stop it, and I have to accept it. And it was pretty much like, I don't know, it was like a breakup,
Yeah.
So it took me, at first it was a shock. I really did not find any sense. And actually it seems like that I did not find any sense at the end, because as you heard our story, a year later we came back with another lineup. So for me, it is very, very, very important.
Okay, so you cannot live without no this band and no music.
Well, so far I did not figure out how to do it.
Okay, so where do you see your band about 5 years?
Well, I hope so. I mean, we just last year we just signed to Napalm Records, which is a big step for the band. It's a very huge label. It's maybe the biggest label in the metal industry. So this really gave me hope that we can go further on and do like bigger steps with the band. I hope that we can tour a lot. I hope that we can go to Japan, for example, and that we can go to South America, for example, because these are like places where we have never played. And actually, I just hope that we are having like a bigger and bigger fan base and bigger shows, and that we still are able to write songs which can surprise our audience, because that's pretty much what we are doing all the time.
Yeah. So okay. So have you some dream with your band yet? I mean, do you have some place you want to travel and play?
Places where we would like to play.
Yeah.
As I just mentioned, it's like because we have, we had like a lot of shows in Europe, and of course I live in Europe. I really love it, and I mean it's a great place. And we also make it once to the US, which was also very fun. And I would love to go back to the USA because it's huge, and we just saw them part of it. But we never made it to Japan, and we really would love to. And we never made it to the Latin American part, but we really, really love to.
Okay. So what make your band different from the other bands?
It is different because we are, I know, as I said, I know all the bands are saying that they are doing unique music. So, and the funny thing is that for us, it wasn't the goal to make any unique music. But in the end, this is maybe like the hardest part of being in our band, that it's impossible to say what exactly we play. I mean, we like to mix like punk elements and hardcore elements and metal elements and pop elements, and who the fuck knows what comes next. We are mixing these things all the time, and sometimes it's heavier, sometimes it's softer, and you never know what we're doing. So I think this unexpectedness is one of the things that makes us really unique. And also the other thing is that, we're the type of band that is like really polarizing people. You can love us or you can hate us, but normally there is nothing in between. And that means that there is some strong characteristic around our sound, which makes me actually very proud, because it means that we are doing something unique, because some people are freaking out and some people are freaking out in a good way.
Yeah. So have you some tour plan for next year?
Not yet. We saw all the bands, and of course we follow all the bands' path who are trying to organizing tours right here in the COVID season, and then they are rescheduling and rescheduling and rescheduling. And this is like, whenever you book a tour, it is a huge amount of work, and there is also a lot of like money to lose involved, and it is a huge stress factor. We didn't want to do that, so we are now focusing on the album writing, and when that is done, then we're going to focus on how to go on tour again.
Okay, that was my last question.
I can read your thoughts, you see.
Yeah, you did. So did you want to say anything to everyone want to see this interview?
Yeah, of course. Like, first of all, go and check us out. Check us on Spotify. Check us on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And most important thing is that as we can be on tour, we are like super happy if you get in touch with us. Like we are talking with everyone who is writing to us. So I'm like super happy to talk with you guys.